Hello, my kings and queens. How are you all doing? How is everything with you? I hope you're good. I just want to believe that every one of you are doing all right. Thank you so much, all my subscribers. Thank you for all your love, all the lovely messages, all the encouragement. Thank you so much for all the wonderful support. And to those of you that still come back to watch my videos, thank you so much. If this is your first time of seeing this face, this is Faithful Faith TV. If you have not subscribed, hit the red button. There's a bell icon at the side. Also hit on that bell that you will be notified each time I upload any new video. Thank you so much. May Almighty God bless you. Also, do not forget to like, share, and leave your comments. All right, today I'm going to be sharing this message. This is a true life story. So, to sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, father-in-laws, mother-in-laws, this message is for mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, father-in-laws, brother-in-laws, especially. I don't know this thing about mother-in-laws. I just don't know this thing about mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws. I don't know. I'm still looking for somebody to explain it to me. I don't know why. That is why I hear people always say this. I don't want to have a mother-in-law. The guy my wish is the guy I will get married to. I do not want him to have a mother. And you will see girls say this. I don't want to get married to a guy that still have a mother. This is somebody who has not been married before, but this is their wish. This is what they want to happen in the life of the guy they want to get married to. But sometimes you ask yourself that question, why? But I want to say this, even if somebody is bad, because in this world that we live in, not everybody will like you. I know you that is watching me. It's not much that you will like me. My prayer is, please God, I want to love and accept everyone, because you know why? You cannot create anyone. So why will you hate or don't like the one that Almighty God has created? It's bad. But that is why I want to ask mother-in-laws, why? Why do you people, some of you, do this? How can you think that another person's daughter is not important? How can you think so, that somebody else's daughter, somebody else's sister is not important? I want to ask, what bad has she done? Is it by marrying your son? That's that. Sometimes I just cannot believe it. What the extent that some mother-in-laws will go. I ask myself, why do you do horrible things to your daughter-in-law when you know you have children? I think I made a video about this. If you know you are a bad person, don't think of having children. You know within you that you are a bad, wicked person. There is no need of you having children. Because one day it will be your daughter's turn, or it will be your son's turn. So do not create something that will affect your children. You ask yourself, why? Does it really worth it? Why can't we all just live in this world and be happy? Why? Why can't we just love one another? Why so much bitterness? I ask myself, what will be your gain because your daughter-in-law has come to be with you? You see, you have a daughter-in-law. That is an addition. I don't know, that is how I say it. That is an addition to your family. Because as you have daughters, your daughters are going to be leaving your home one day. Yeah, they are going to be living one after the other. Your daughter is going to live into another person's home. So do you even for once pause to ask yourself, my daughter that is going into another home tomorrow, if they treat her or maltreat her very, very bad, how will you feel? So why then do you do it to somebody else's daughter? Or you think that if her mother or her parents hears about it, they will throw a party for you? I don't understand. Because if you are hurting your daughter-in-law, you are equally hurting your own son. I do not know why they don't understand it. But the reason why I will accept that they don't understand it is that there is a saying that says that a witch doesn't know her own when the time comes. And I believe that word so much. When the time comes, a man that is a witch, a woman that is a witch, doesn't know her own. They don't recognize their own when the time comes. I'm telling you, ask anyone. Now, this is a serious, true life story that is really, really touching. And that is why I say, daughter-in-laws, be very, very careful. Sister-in-laws, also be very, very careful, especially sister-in-laws, because that glass that you always use in giving your sister-in-laws water to drink, one day it will be your turn. You see that glass that you always use in giving somebody else's water to drink, one day you will drink from that glass. In fact, that glass, they will give it to you. It will be forever your own. It will be gifted to you forever if you do not take time. Why am I saying this? This woman has got 3 sons and 4 daughters. The first set is the 3 sons, followed by the daughters. She's got the first one. The first one is a boy. The second one a boy. The third one a boy. The fourth one a girl. The fifth one a girl. The sixth one a girl. And the 7th one a girl. So, one day the first son got married. Immediately, although they still live in their family house, that's why all these guys that you will marry your new wife. When you bring your new wife into the family, into your family home, some people are good. Some sister-in-laws, they are good to their new wife. Some mother-in-laws, they are also good to their new wife. Some brother-in-laws, but there are some, all of them are bad. All of them are bad. In fact, it's like they are in the same meeting. Imagine mother-in-law and the 4 sisters ganged up against one person. How can she survive it? When this lady was married into their home, they didn't give her any form or any kind of peace. Imagine 5 people against one person. How can you breathe? I don't understand. They were so wicked to her. They were so unkind to this lady. She was so tired. She pleaded with her husband, said, okay, let's move out, because there was no peace. She was not having it anymore. Let's move out. And the reason why her own case was so bad was that The mother-in-law is the one that controls everything because they still live in their father's house. So they are still there. So the mother-in-law is the one controlling everything. The mother-in-law is the one controlling all her sons. In fact, all her sons and her daughters. She is the one calling the shot. She is the one in control. Even if they have their own apartments, like in the same compound, but she is the one that is in control. So the lady got tired and told the husband, let's move out. The guy said, we have been living here for a very, very long time. And my mother, everything. You see, this is another problem. You see, all these kind of guys that any little thing, my mother, this is where the problem is. Because this is where I ask myself question. Is it that this girl did not date this guy before getting married to him? So these are my questions, because she said everything was my mother will not, my mother will say, everything has to be my mother. And the girl was like, oh God, I'm tired of this house and of the treatments that your family are always giving to me. I'm not happy. Let's move out. The husband said, I don't think my mother will allow it. And she said, what do you mean your mother will not allow it? Let's move out. Or are you happy with the way I'm being treated in your own home? I don't have a say. I cannot cook what I want. I cannot do what I want. I cannot go anywhere I want. It has to be your mother, because this is the mother-in-law. She just cannot do anything. She allowed it. But one thing that really, really helped her, that's why I pity those who don't believe in prayer. Although it's not everybody that will believe in prayer. But she said when she saw how everybody would do what, it's not that it's not good to respect. She said it's good to respect, but it's like mother is the one that says virtually everything that goes on or that happens in the house. Everything has to be mother. So one day, it was her birthday. She now bought things just to cook to celebrate her birthday. After all, everybody lives in the house. The mother said, I did not authorize you to cook. This is her, hey God, this is her own money. She went to the market to get something that she wants to cook for her birthday. The woman said, no. I did not authorize you to cook that, to do this. In fact, that was what happened that very day. She now called the husband, said, you know what? I'm tired of this. If you are not tired, in fact, in short, I am tired. Don't worry. The woman, this lady said to the husband, let's move. You do not want to move. Don't worry. I'll talk to my mom. I'll speak to my mom. I'll speak to my sister. I'll do this. Before this time, her mother-in-law, has already asked one of the daughters to go get her real name. The kind of name they are looking for, not name like Sarah, Judith, Mercy. No, not names like that. She's looking for her native name. Be very careful. She's looking for her native name because everybody, every African person, we all have our native name. So she's looking for her native name. Her father's name, that's her own father's name, and her own native name. So the very first day that the girl came, she told her that my name is, let me just use Joy. My name is Joy. She said, no, like your native name. She said, she asked her that very day, why are you asking for my native name? My name is Joy. She said, no, like your native name. She said, well, I do not have one. She said to her, what do you mean you don't have a native name? You're an African person. How can you not have a native name? She said, well, maybe my father did not give me a native name. This is what they gave me, Joy. Because when I was born, I brought joy to the family. So they gave me Joy. So, things like that, that was what she said to them. She said they started arguing. Said, well, that's my name. You take it, you don't take it, that's my name. You know, that was it. So, because she said she asked her of her native name that very day. They argued about it, and she said, why is it that you don't have a native name? She said, this is my name. This was what happened that made my father to name me this name. So that is my name. Probably, maybe it's joy, peace, you know, love. I brought all of this to them. That's why they named me that very name, you know. So she left. She said she didn't know why she was asking for her name, her native name. That one went. So fast forward to when the second son got married. So before then, she had her first child. The way they treated her was so bad. Luckily, then her mom was still alive. The mom came all the way to the hospital. The mom was the one helping her. They only came to visit her the following day that she put to bed. Then after then, she said nobody came to the hospital up until the day she was discharged. She didn't allow that to weigh her down because she was just happy over her newborn. So her mom would help her, bathe the baby, and all of that stuff. So when her mom was around, she said they were all calm, they were a bit nice, you know, so that her mom will not notice anything. At the time the mom finishes the omugo thing and went back to her place, you know, it's like they came back full force with their wickedness. So fast forward to when the second son got married, brought the wife also into the house. Before this time, she was begging the husband, let's leave. My mom will not allow it. My mom doesn't even want to hear of it. In fact, everything centered around mom. I said, okay. She said when the second son came in, which is making the new wife, the second wife, that she was so happy that, okay, I have a friend. Since I don't have a friend from all my sister-in-laws, probably I will have a friend from my co-wife. So she came in and they also started their own tantrums on the new wife. So the new wife asked her one day, why are they behaving like this? Why are they like this? Why? She said, my sister, I don't know why they are like this. They're also like that to me. They are not nice to me. I said, really? So that was how they became very close. So when they became close, she said the mother-in-law was not having it, that she and the new wife, they were so close. They started doing everything to separate them. So she said, okay, instead of this will bring problem in the house, please, it's okay, but we are still friends because we are married into this family. So, you know, whereby she will leave her own apartment and come into her own apartment. They talk, they cook together and all of that. But anytime they cook separately, she doesn't come to the main house to eat. It's always a problem. So she stopped cooking and always liked to eat from the main house. So when it's time to cook, they will want her to cook. She doesn't call all those things anything because in her own family house where she's coming from, she also cook. But after all the thing, not knowing that the mother is in control of all the sons and the daughter, not only the sons, she is in control of all her children. She will be the one to tell you what to do, where to go, you know, all this kind of stuff. So the first one said, no, I cannot take this. So she said she's going to move out. It's a big family house. So it's a big family house that is like where they have their own apartment. She said, no, she's going to move out of this place. So the guy said, no. The husband said, no. He said, I don't want to listen to you anymore because you, there is the man, you are not doing anything. Your mother is always doing everything and have her ways all the time. Before you know it, the third son got married. Bam. So after all of this fight, the same thing, the same character with the first wife, the same character with the second wife, and the same character with the third wife. There was nothing like peace in that home. One problem or the other, one fight or the other, one misunderstanding or the other, one argument every day, every day, every day. No peace. So the first wife, which is the senior son's first wife, forced herself out of the house, went out to, just according to her, down the road to get an apartment, just 2-bedroom flat. She moved in there. So the guy, the husband, goes there to see her and come back to the family house. That is how in control their mother is in the life of all the children. Their mother is so in control in all the children's life, in their lives. So the wife was like, I don't want to go report to my family because this whole thing is getting too much. You need to move in with me, but I will not come back to your family house. I've had enough. So the reason why she moved out, her son was so sick to the extent that when she took the son to the hospital, the doctor could not see anything that was wrong with the boy. But the boy was so down. The boy was so sick. She said she was so scared she has to move out of the house. That was how she moved out of the house. Let me save myself and save my son. Since you are stuck there, I cannot remove you, but let me remove myself and remove my son. That was how she moved out of the family home, and moved into her own apartment. So after everything, the son, I think almost about 3 months or more, the son now moved. The first son, which is the husband, now moved into the 2 flats that she rented. The guy now moved in with her. Oh God. At the time the son, that's this woman's son, moved out, which is the husband, moved out. Oh God. In fact, the whole thing became bad and worse. She said that was when she increased all the prayers that she knows in this world. She now took the whole thing to her mom to go and report to her family. This is what I've been going through. So the mom was like, how long have this been going on? Since I stepped my foot into their home. In fact, there is nothing like peace. I do not have any peace. It has been one problem or the other. I had to move out. So the parents, you know how it is, whereby parents will come, they try to talk things over. Oh no. But the father says, since my daughter is not happy in your home, she doesn't have any choice to remain where the new place that she has found, which she's okay with, since she's not fine in your own home. Okay, remaining the 2 wives, that's the second son's wife and the third son's wife. Remaining the 2 wives. So those 2, they were so afraid. They were so afraid of their mother-in-law. Anything she says, anything, or she will say this, they will do. They are so afraid. So they don't have that boldness to also confront the woman. But the first wife has that boldness because she also pray a lot to confront her and to say no to some of the things that she wants her to do. So after everything, anyone that comes, the mom has a way of telling her daughters to go and get their names. So everything they were doing, everything that has to be evil on these 2 wives. This is your own son's wife. How wicked can you be? How wicked can you be? So luckily, you know how this African thing is. Because to us, we know when somebody bewitch you, we know what it means. So according to her, where they tied her, whatever, where the mother-in-law did whatever she did, and wherever she tied it and drop it at whatever place. So as she was praying, she said one day she was praying and praying and praying. It's like there was something that dropped on her head, and you know how something will hit you and you will like that shock. She said it was like that as she was praying. In fact, when the thing happened to her, she got shocked and she stopped praying. At the time, she started off again. She said she felt like complete. Initially, she was like empty when she got into the house. She was like filled up again and all of that. Not knowing that the thing that she bewitched her with fell down, which is not supposed to be so. That's whatever place she went to go and drop it. As she was praying, I believe our Father Almighty helped her out, broke the yoke for her. The yoke was broken and she was free. I think among all the wives, among the 3 wives in that family, she was the only one that was free, because that's why I said prayer is very, very, very good. I do not know how some people live in this world without supporting themselves and their lives with prayer. Prayer is very, very good. But these other wives, they don't pray. They always do what mom said we should do this. You should not challenge mom. I am not saying that it's good for you to be challenging your mom-in-law or always fighting or having an argument with your mom-in-law. No, but sometimes you ask her, what did I really do to you? It's good to ask. Probably there might be something that you did that you didn't know, so that if she's able to tell you, then you can now say, oh mom, I'm sorry, if that's the reason why you are angry with me. But in this case, she said, it's like before any of the wife gets into the house, in fact, she's already prepared their own package. You know, everybody has got their own packages in the house. Why? Why can't you just love all these daughter-in-law? Because it's a plus to you. You've got 4 daughters, and 3 of your sons brought you back 3 daughter-in-laws, which is an addition. Because one day, your daughters will be getting married, going into their own husband's house, and you have daughters also from your sons. You don't think that your daughters will remain with you forever? No. Somebody is still going to marry them, just like your sons went to somebody else's family to get married to their daughter and brought them to the house. Why can't you just accept them? Why can't you just love them? Why can't you just treat them like your own? Why are you being so wicked to them? What will you gain? So the first daughter, which happens to be the 4th child, first daughter, that one started going to this church in this women prayer band. She started going to that church. So that was where she was born again and, accepted Christ, and all of that stuff. So she started going to church. But this was what happened. When she wants to get married, the guy that she got married to is an unbeliever. In fact, the guy, she has really, 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 really tried in her life. What happened to her? The guy threw her back, stopped her from going to church. All of that work was all in vain. The guy stopped her from going to church. All the church activities that she's in, everything, the guy asked her to stop. So, in fact, she went way, way back, even way more than how she used to be. So, that was it. And before then, her younger sister, which is the last born, the last daughter in the family, that one was following her to the church then. So she also got born again and she started going to church, and that was where her eyes was open. That so all this thing that we have been doing, I do not know why she didn't know all of this why, but thank God for church. So all this thing that I've been doing to my brother's wife is bad, that my mother is making me to do. These things are bad. Oh my God, she felt really, really bad, sad. So one day, the founder of the church, the owner of the church, she was the one preaching that very day. She said the woman was preaching and worshiping and all that stuff. Do you know what happened? She didn't even wait for the woman to call an altar call. From her seat, she started weeping. She said she started crying, like heavily crying. Then from her seat, she walked up from her seat to the pulpit. She walked straight to the woman of God on the altar. And the woman of God stopped and asked her, why are you crying? In fact, she knelt down and cried. In fact, she wept to the extent that they took her to the inner room. And at the end of the day, she came back again. She left the room. She left the room where, because it's like the weeping was becoming too much. They took her out of there, took her to the inner room, like inner office or something. She said she came back to the altar, to the woman of God. And the woman of God now stopped. She said the woman of God now stopped preaching and all of that and focused on her and asked her, why are you crying? What is the matter? Before then, the woman said, okay, let me just pray for you for peace. Because only God knows the reason why she was weeping that bad. So she confessed everything that they were doing to all the brother's wife and all of that stuff. And the woman of God said, why will you do that? She said it was always our mother that was always engineering us to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. That all the brother's wife we have never given any of them peace. In fact, we did not even show them any form of love. It has always been one argument, one problem or the other. The woman said, okay, no problem. What you will do for me, you will go to your brother's wife's house and ask for forgiveness. The lady said, I do not know whether she's going to allow me. The woman of God said, go. You need to go and ask for forgiveness. Because for everything that you have told me, that you have narrated here, no, that's too much. Because remember, you are also a woman. You are going to get married one day. If someone in the family that you got married into, if they treat you this way, will you feel good? She said no. She said, okay, you see the reason why you need to go to your brother's house and ask for forgiveness, like right away. She said she left the church after closing. She went to her brother's house. Immediately, the brother's wife saw her by the gate. She did not open the gate for her. That's to tell you the horrible things that they have been doing to that lady. To the extent that she saw her, she couldn't open the gate for her. And she pleaded with her, please open, please open. She said the lady turned back and just walked back into the house. She didn't even let her cross the gates. So luckily, her own brother, which is the husband of the lady, of her brother's wife, is at home. She said that was my saving grace. Thank God my own brother was at home. She said my brother now came to open the gates for me and let me in. So there she was begging, pleading with her brother's wife. The brother's wife said, I don't want you here, please. It was because of you people I left the family house, because of your bad treatment. Now you are here again. What are you doing here? Please, I don't want any trouble. Said, no, please. I came for you to forgive me. Said, what did you do that I will? All this kind of stuff. Of course, the lady was still very, very angry. She did not accept her apology, and she went back to the church to tell the pastor, the woman of God, to say, saying, Pastor, she did not accept my apology. She said, well, I understand you don't expect her to just jump on you, accept you. Of course, for everything that you guys did to her, of course she will not forgive you like right away. Don't worry, I will send people with you. So she said the woman of God sent people with her, coupled with one elderly, in fact, one old woman that is on a wheelchair. She can't walk. So she sent all those women to her, with her to her brother's wife. They got there again. Here they go again. And she said, why are you here? I do not want you here. I don't want your problem. It was because of you people I ran away to this place. I don't want you guys here. I've had enough of you. So that was how the elderly woman, in fact, the old woman that was on the wheelchair said, my daughter, please, open for us, please. Now I have come to see you. Because of the woman's condition, the brother's wife now opened the gate, allowed them in, and the old woman started pleading and asking for forgiveness and all of that stuff. She said she's totally repented. She will not do it again. She's truly, truly sorry, because the way she wept, the woman of God did not call her out of the church. She was actually the one that called herself out. In fact, they took her away to the inner office. She came back to the altar again weeping. In fact, what they did to you is actually the thing that is making her to weep that bad. Please, my daughter, forgive her. And other women that was there, they joined together to plead for forgiveness on her behalf and all of that. So the brother's wife accepted and said, okay, I've accepted, it's okay. So that was it. So she came back another day again to personally plead with her. And she said, well, it's okay. I've accepted and it's all right. I'm fine. So this younger sister, remaining two daughters, the first one is married. This last one is not married. So the last one was trying to convert her other two sisters, her other two elder sisters, which are the middle one. These ones, they were head-bent in following their mother, doing all sorts of bad to the rest two brothers' wife. You know, the remaining two, they are still in the family house. So their last born was trying to tell her, you people should stop doing this. Mom is using you people to be committing all sorts of bad things towards our brother's wife. Remember, we are all women. We will also get married one day and get into another family. They never listen. Okay. Last, as the mother heard her talking to her other two sisters, the mother chased her out of the house. The mother chased her out of the house. In fact, she said the mother her behavior that very day was like, she behaved to her like she's a thief. She actually chased her out of the house and threw her bag through the fence. She just picked her bag and dusted off the mess on her bag, and she left. She was living with one of her church members. She was living there, you know, they harbored her, and she was there. So fast forward to when these two remaining daughters want to get married. So there was this guy that was always visiting her second daughter. Remember, the second daughter and the third daughter are still in the house. They are not married. The last one is also not married, but she is the born-again one that was delivered and all of that, but she's no longer living in the house. The mom chased her out of the house. So, remaining these two daughters. So, when her own daughter, when it got to the time for her to start, you know, preparing to get married, to settle down. So there was this particular guy that was always coming to see her. So one day, all this while the guy normally comes to the house, the mom is not home. But on this fateful day, the mom saw this guy and asked, who are you looking for? All those stuff. She said, he mentioned the daughter's name. Said, why are you looking for her? Said, no, mom is my friend. And said, immediately the daughter came out of the house and said, okay, mom, she just used that opportunity to introduce the guy. Like right away, the mother said, I do not want you for my daughter. The guy was like, are you serious? The woman said, I do not want you to marry my daughter. My daughter has got somebody that she's going to marry. And the daughter said, Mom, who? I don't have anybody. This is my boyfriend. That was the end of the whole talk. It's like, who gave you the mouth to talk back at me? Why will you say this? Why will you say that? Before you know what is going on, they started arguing. The girl said, Mommy, this is the guy I want to get married to. The mom said, you are not going to marry this guy. I have somebody that I want you to marry. And the girl was like, how can you and how will you give me a man as grown as I am? Mom, this is the person that, you know, all those, Mom, I want him. Mom will say, no. Mom, I want him. You know, all those kind of argument. They started arguing. So the woman notices that the daughter was pushing very, very hard. Before you know it, my people, before you know it, from nowhere, this young, sweet guy was down with stroke. Hey, missile, African missile. Before you know it, this young, sweet guy was down with stroke. So, not even that. The guy, before the stroke, before the attack of the stroke, that very day, she said we were together. I and my boyfriend, we were just together. We were just together having fun, you know, chatting. The guy started complaining of serious pain, like serious pain on the back and on the right-hand side. So that's the whole thing started like pain, like pain, like pain. So he said, okay, this pain is too much. Let's just go to the hospital so that you will know what is wrong with you. So that was how they started the whole thing. Sorry, that was how the whole thing started. The whole thing started like pain, pain, pain. Before you know it, bam, the guy cannot use his right hand again. Before you know it, the guy cannot move his right hand and his right leg freely. Before the doctor could say Jack, the guy is down with stroke. You know, the whole thing was like a big joke. In fact, this girl wept to the extent that she ran to her mom. Mom, do you have hand in what is going on with my boyfriend? The mom said, where? How dare you? Why will you ask me such question? It was a big, big fight. To the extent that the guy cannot use his, you know, it's like part of, oh God, like you share somebody into two. One part is so bad, and the other one, he can move it. Like all the right hand side, the right hand, the leg, the hand, everything, even the mouth, that even when he talked, you can see that, oh God, everything was bad. Like all his right hand side. Only he can use his left hand very well, his left hand, his left leg, you know, all of this part. But this part, the right hand side, is all gone. So while they are battling with that, she called the mom one day. Mom, my boyfriend is very, very sick. What can we do? The mom said, I told you not to marry that guy. You know, the mom wanted to turn it to look like in that guy's family, they are cursed. There is a lot of things in that family. There are this. The daughter said, no, I know that family very well. I have been dating this guy for a while. I know the first son in that family is married with 4 children. The second child in that family is a girl. She's also married with her husband in US. The third one is also married with her husband in Canada. So this, my boyfriend, is actually the 4th child in that family. So mom, tell me, the family is not bad, they are good. Mom, what is wrong with my boyfriend? He said, how am I supposed to know? Do I look like a doctor? Before you know what is going on, she said, instead of you to tell me, to come to me so that we will talk like daughter and mother, you are doing boyfriend. I have somebody that I want you to marry. You will like him. You know, this guy or this man or this person that the mom is introducing to her daughter is one old man that is well old enough to be this guest father. Old man that is in their meeting. No, all those kind of old men. Old papa. The guest said, when she described the man to the daughter said, oh, Mom, over my dead body. The woman said, mind you, mind what you say to yourself. The daughter said, Mom, I will never marry that man. I know who you are talking about. That man that is old enough to be my grandfather. She said, that is the man you're going to marry. You know, when your mom, it's so scary and it's so disturbing for your own mom to be challenging you like that, number one. For your own mom to be telling, I want to, my God, I thought it was something of a huge joy for your mom to be very, very happy for you. Your mom's own is to accept and welcome anyone you bring to the house. I don't know how it becomes your mom's problem, the woman's problem, to look for a man or a husband for the daughter. And not only a husband, an old man, a finished one. The one that has enjoyed his own life to the extent in old age. And you want him, old man, to marry your own fresh young daughter. Huh? The daughter said, never. I don't care what will happen. I will never marry that man. The mom said, be careful what you wish for. Be very, very careful. That's a part. Then the third daughter, the mom just told her like right away, come, because I don't want your own to bring problem. The man that you are going to marry, I also have a man for you. Let me quickly show you before, so that we start making plans. She said, sorry, said, I have a man for you. Who is the man? The native doctor, the witch doctor that works for her. You see the two men that she wants her daughters to get married to. One is the old man in their meeting, whichever meeting that she go, in their whatever meeting that she belongs. The other one is the native doctor, that as in the witch doctor that works for her. You know, that was when they knew that this is no longer joke. They now ran to their little sister that the mother drove out of the house. They ran to that one. Before then, that one was trying to open their eyes to say, look at. Our mom is not the type of person that you should tell anything. You should not confide things in her. Our mom's hand is not clean in us. They did not listen. But what am I trying to say? They now ran to meet that one. And I explained to their younger sister. Their younger sister said, there is nothing you can do, let's just pray. You people don't pray. Mom will be using you people to do all sorts of evil. Do you know what Mom has used us to do in the life of our brothers? Let me ask you guys, if you guys got married today, and you go into this family, and they are treating you like this, just the way we are treating our brother's wife, will you be happy? They said no. He said exactly everything that we did to our brother's wife, all our brother's wives, that is exactly what we are getting today. Because we were never kind to them. We were never nice to them. We were so mean to them. So look at it today. The same thing that our mother used us to do in the life of our brothers. We were so wicked. We were so mean to them. We were never nice to them. Today, the same glass of water that we serve them, that's the same glass of water that our mom is using to serve us today. the same glass of water that we use in serving our brother's wife. That is the same thing mom is using to serve us water too. So last, they now left the house. They were now living with their younger sister. They now left the house for their mother. Before this time, they tried so hard to save their brothers. They said to their brother that no, you need to live, you need to move out, you need to leave this house, you need to live with your wife and your children. You also need to, she told the other guy, you need to leave this house. I am telling you, what mom is doing to you and your wife is not good. You need to leave, just like as our elder brother left this house. So, they listened, they left the house. They moved out of the house. The sister told the brothers, said, even if it's one room, go out from this house, go and rent one room out there and live peacefully with your family. So the both of the brothers, they listened and they moved out of the family house, remaining the mom in the house. So they started going to church. That is why I will still say it again. Let me repeat myself again. Prayers. Anybody that says prayers is not good, prayer is very, very good. That is why they said prayer is the key. It's true. I am telling you, don't live yourself like that and just live a free life every day. Try as much as possible to pray. I'm telling you, it's very, very good. Support yourself also with prayer. Your family, your house, everything. I'm telling you, don't live yourself like that. It does help. For those who believe in prayer, if you don't believe, you live your life the way you like. It's okay. So they started praying. So the old woman that followed their last born to go and plead with the first wife, they now called that woman she now took them to that woman, her two sisters. She now took her sisters to the elderly woman, and she prayed with them and said, you two, go and plead with your brother's wife or your brother's wife. Go there, especially your first your first wife, the first wife in the family. What you people did to her was so horrible. You first of all you people should go to her and beg for forgiveness. So when they went there, the other sister, the last born, the one that started this repentance business, she also went with them. They pleaded for forgiveness. She accepted, and they also went to their other brother's wife, the remaining two. Those one also accepted, and they were free. So they all started going to church for prayers and all of that. Luckily, there's this man of God that delivered them. Said they slept in that church for many days. They were fasting. In fact, they were fasting and prayer. The other one said, in fact, there was no strength in her anymore. Every day she sat on the floor because there was no strength for her to continue. What did she do? She prayed one day and wept badly. She said she confessed everything that she has been doing to all the brothers' wives, and equally that God should forgive her. You know that sincere prayer and sincere confession, it does help. I'm telling you this. Then what happened? The man of God now prayed for them and said to them, on the day of conclusion, that's the day they are going to conclude this fasting and prayer, the man said, don't go to your mother's house. Don't see your mom. Don't go to your mother's house. Don't go there. Don't see your mom. Never, never go there. Because assuming they went there, the woman setting her eyes on them, in fact, that already the woman is already sick. It will transfer everything it will transfer the sickness to the daughter. Like, seeing her one-on-one. So they now gave them the instruction not to go there, and they did not. And before this time, the woman is already sick. Is already sick, like seriously, seriously down. So she was now looking for her children. She was now calling her children back home. None of them answered. The man of God said, don't see your mom. If you go there, you will not like what will happen to you. So they all stayed back. Said, your mom is going to confess. And the way she's going to end up, if she doesn't repent, it's not going to be a pleasant one. What happened as she was calling, expecting to see any of the daughters. Nobody came. She started confessing. For the people that was there, because they recorded her. They videoed her, everything, so that the children can see. There was this neighbor of them that went to where the children lived to go and call the children. No one of them came, not even the son. None of the children. Although she demanded for her daughters to come, even if the son doesn't want to come. She wanted the daughters to come, any of them. Even if it's the first one or the last one, anyone that can come. But let it be that is her daughter. None of them came. Nobody came to the house. As she was confessing, I have never seen a thing like that in my life, or heard a thing like that in my life. She was decaying, like getting rotten from her leg. It said as she was confessing, saying everything that she has been doing to all the children, all the things she did to her children, and all the things she did to her daughter-in-laws. That the woman was just getting rotten, like from the leg. You can see how day by day her health was going down. Imagine somebody is alive, but your body is decaying, your body is getting rotten. I've never seen or heard anything like that in my life. You know, that was what I said, that the level of the wickedness in that woman's life has no measure. The level of wickedness in her life is only God. So that was every day, her condition was getting worse. Every day. Immediately she finished confessing, she gave up. What am I trying to say? You can imagine how that woman, how her end, how horrible her end was. You are supposed to be you are supposed to be a grandmother that will be enjoying your old age. You will be, you will go to this son's house, you will go to your son's house, you will go to your daughter's house, you will go and just be enjoying. Why are you suffering in your old age? In your old age, it's supposed to be a blessing to you and to your children. They will look after you. But what did you do? You surround yourself with all sorts of wickedness. Why? I ask myself, why? Well, my message for daughter-in-laws, that's if sister-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, I would say don't have that heart. Do not have the mind to say, oh, I don't want to have a mother-in-law. Don't worry, you know why? God will fight for you just like God fought for all these daughter-in-laws. And you, almighty sister-in-laws, if you have brothers and your brothers eventually get married, when he comes home to show you the one that he wants to marry, welcome her. Welcome her. Let her feel at home. Let her feel secure. Let her feel loved. Don't chase her away with horrible behavior. Why? Remember, you are pointing one finger to somebody. Remember, 3 is pointing back at you. I will say that again. That's a proverb. You are pointing one finger to somebody. Just one. You are pointing it at somebody. Remember, 3 is pointing back at you. So if you know what you will not take, don't dish it out. There is nothing, in fact, it will not take anything from you being good. It will not take anything from you being kind. Because the same glass that you were using to serve your sister-in-law's water, what's happened? Your mother turned around and used the same glass to serve you water. So you have tasted from that glass. Now you tell yourself, is it sweet? Is it bitter? Is it lovely? No. You can imagine what your brother's wife has been facing in your home, in your family home all this while. So I hope if you come to this world again, if it's possible, you will learn how to be kind. You will learn how to be good. You will learn how to appreciate God for bringing a daughter-in-law into your family. For somebody to agree to marry your brother, because again, you will not marry your brother. Your mother will not marry your brother. Your mother will not marry her son. It is not done anywhere. It's an abomination, even if it's done anywhere. So, please, sister-in-laws, try and love your brother's wife. They are the one, because if somebody knocks on the door, the person that is inside is the one that will open the door for you and let you in. Open the door and say, oh, hello, hi, the person will open the door and let you in. So you are the one who is receiving the visitor, your brother's wife, your sister's husband. You are the one who will open the door for them to come in. So don't you know that if you do not open the door for them, they will not come in? So the very first day they arrive, if you do not treat them very well, obviously they will know that they are not welcome in this house. They are not. So learn how to be good, for it is good to be good. I don't know who this message is for, but I know that anyone who listens to this message, if you are in this kind of business of being wicked, I believe this message will touch you. Like right now, start changing your ways of thinking, the ways you do things, the ways you treat people, especially when it comes to your brother's wife. Learn how to love your brother's wife. Learn how to love your sister's husband, your brother-in-laws. It will not take your life away from loving them, from being kind to them, from accepting them, because you will not marry your brother and you will not marry your sister. It's an abomination. You will not marry your brother, you will not marry your sister. But the one that has found your brother worthy or your sister worthy to be with them, appreciate them and love them. May the Lord bless you. If you have not subscribed, my darling people, support your sister, support your girl by subscribing. And there is also a bell icon at the side. Hit on that bell that each time we upload any new video, you will be notified. Again, make sure you like, comment, and share. Thank you so much. I'll see you, my lovely people, my lovely family, in my next video. Thank you so much. Make sure you sleep well.